Welcome to My Classic News. Three years ago, 2013, Ford celebrated what would have been Henry Ford's 150th birthday. Henry Ford was born on July the 30th, 1863. The crowds gathered en masse to witness this historical event. Henry Ford quit school in the 6th grade and left the family farm to learn engineering. In 1893, he built a one-cylinder engine, and 3 years later, Ford completed his first automobile. A decade later, the Ford Motor Company was incorporated, and Ford began his journey. He sold his first Model A to a Chicago doctor the same year, and with that much-needed cash flow, Ford moved forward. In 1906, the Model N became America's best seller. Then in 1908, Ford began manufacturing the Model T, and eventually Ford would own over 50% of the market. Let's listen to Bill Ford, Henry's great-grandson.
There was a whole generation when I joined the company of people who had either known my great-grandfather or had worked with him or had remembered when he came through their workspace or used to run into him in Dearborn. And then I realized about 10 years ago that I wasn't hearing these stories anymore, and that whole generation of people that I guess I kind of always took for granted had retired and left the company, so I think it's really important that that we all, and I'm really glad Bob Krupke, our corporate historian's here, we really keep our corporate history alive, because it's very different than most companies. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Thank you for keeping the memory and the legacy of my great-grandfather alive. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Henry Ford passed away 70 years ago this week. From the early years to the Mustangs and now to the Ford GT supercars, Henry Ford has not only put his mark on automotive history, but he will be remembered throughout the world as one of the most innovative entrepreneurs of all time. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned all month to My Classic News for other unique stories about Ford in memory of Henry Ford.